On this Wednesday afternoon, time for another Gillette trade and free agency update. Matt Thompson alongside Jennifer Phelan this afternoon. And Jen, we have a player on the move, Xavier Ellis, headed west.
That's right, Matt. He's off to West Coast. We got wind of this last night. There was a bit of action in the works here, and there was a few things that needed to still be sorted out last night. But both player and manager, they managed to get this all sorted this morning. Xavier Ellis is off to West Coast on a one-year deal with a second year as an option that will be activated by trigger clauses in his contract. Now, we do know that he's been over in the West doing a little bit of medical testing with both West Coast and Freo, because obviously having played 16 games in 3 years, there's a little bit of doubt over whether or not his body is up to another contract. But West Coast are the ones who put their hands up in the end and offered him a contract, and he's off to West Coast.
Now, another deal that's in the works but not yet done is Jared Polec from Brisbane. He has nominated Port Adelaide as his club of choice.
That's right, Matt. We've always known that Jared Polec has wanted to go home. He's from South Australia and he's wanted to go back there. We didn't know which club he was going to go to. Both Adelaide and Port were interested in him, but in the end it's Port that he has picked. Adelaide didn't have as many draft picks to trade with the Lions as the Power did, so there was going to have to be a little bit of work behind the scenes done there for a trade to get done. But Jared, having grown up supporting the Power, is off to the Power if they can get the deal done, and now it's up to them and the Lions to strike a deal that suits both parties.
Now, the City of Churches is the focus of trade and free agency attention right now because James Adelaide has flown in to talk with the Crows.
He has, and if he was hoping it would be a bit of a secretive mission, that plan was thwarted this morning when he arrived at Melbourne Airport and was actually paged to a gate where a plane waiting to depart for Adelaide.
Was it like, this is Virgin Australia, special page for Mr. J. Adelaide? Is that what happened?
Something like that. So the news of that actually made it to Twitter pretty quickly. So it went viral. Everyone knew that he was departing Melbourne for Adelaide, so it was only a matter of time until we worked out where he was going. There were media waiting at Adelaide Airport for him when he arrived. He was straight off to West Lakes, where he did a tour of the Adelaide facilities. He had lunch with Brenton Sanderson, who he obviously has a relationship with from their days at Geelong together. And it looks like they're quite interested in Adelaide joining them next year.
Hey James, how was your meeting with the boys?
It was lunch.
What do you think of the club so far?
Food was good. Pardon?
What do you think of the club so far?
Mate, it's hard to tell. As you know, you can't be somewhere for 5 minutes and make a judgment. It's pretty poor by me if I did that.
Do you think there's a good spot for you at the Crows?
Not sure if there is one. Yeah, we'll see.
Good to see the old boys from Geelong though.
Yeah, it was good to catch up with Darren Milburn. So I played a lot of footy with him and great to catch up. So thanks.
So that's the latest on James Adelaide. Let's turn our attention to Seaford now, because it's there this afternoon, we understand, or at least with St Kilda officials, that a conversation has been going on between the club and Nick Del Santo's management.
That's right. We're still waiting to find out what exactly is going to happen with Dale next year. He is meeting with St Kilda this afternoon, which they've not given up hope in retaining him for next season. They've said that all along. If North do want to get it over the line as a free agent, it will need to be done by Friday. So time is obviously running out, but the Kangaroos weren't expecting to be informed of a decision from Del Santo either way this afternoon. So it seems like that all still remains in the air.
All right, just before we go, you've got a few other bits and pieces led off by Sam Doherty.
That's right. Sam Doherty looks like will become a Blue. There's still a few minor trades that need to be worked out by both clubs before that agreement can be reached, because they'd like to swap picks. So that looks like it will happen, but a bit of work to be done first. Billy Longer, the Lions are still hopeful of retaining him, and they continue to talk to him about him remaining at the club. And Collingwood has expressed lukewarm interest in Patrick Karnezis at this stage.
All right, Jen, thank you for that. Jennifer Phelan with us. This is afl.com.au, the place where we cover trade news and free agency news like no one else. Click back soon.